Hello and welcome back to Week 10 preview on God Bless Fantasy Football. My name is Brandon Tiedemann. With me as always, Andrew Rogers.
What up?
Cam in the booth.
I'm in the booth.
Cam's back this week.
I'm on a boat. That's what it made me think of right when you said that.
Got my
I'm
swim
on a
trunks
boat.
and my flippy floppies.
All right.
Everybody look at me because I'm sitting in first place.
We
Are
are
you?
sitting in first place.
Yeah, we are.
Even with the loss to Gorman.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, man. Like, you run this team. I'm like the GM who oversees the operation. Like, you're close to getting fired. We're in first place, and you could still get fired.
Well,
How do you lose to Gorman? Didn't Gorman start guys on buys?
nah, I don't think this week. When you played us, he did. Let me look. Let's
I
go
think-
to the
I think
box
I just
score.
played him last week and he just crushed me. But I did forget to start Burrow, and he went off and just had a good time. So
You know what, though? Burrow is becoming the old Burrow.
yeah.
Which is great for everybody in fantasy football
Yeah.
right now,
After Sunday's
especially
game, I was like, cool.
especially if you could buy low for him early on in the year, if you made a trade for a Joe Burrow because you saw his first couple performances. Now, most people probably said, I'll hold, right? I'm going to wait and see. It's kind of like, how long do you wait, though? Because I offered trades for Justin Fields, way early in the season. And those are like, no, I'm going to wait and see. And now it's like too late. So
Uh-huh.
did you find that perfect middle ground on getting Joe Burrow? Wasn't it like week 3 when he started to like have a better week and then a better week after that and a better week after that?
It was kind of like back and forth a
Right.
little bit, but yeah, every time he would have a good week, he would be better than that last previous good week.
Right. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow's numbers over the past, we'll just go 4 weeks. 348, 2 touchdowns, 283, 3 touchdowns, 185, 2 touchdowns, 317, 3 touchdowns. Before that, his average fantasy point number, and I'm in a league that probably tells us way too many points, but it'll put everything in perspective. So 2 weeks ago, he scored 61 points. Okay. This past week, he had 58. Like, the quarterback numbers are really skewed because it's just higher. So keep that in mind when I tell you these next set of points. His first 4 weeks of points. Week 1, 18. Week 2, 43. Okay. Week 3, 37. Week 4, 27. Now I'm going to give you the points for the next 4 weeks. 63, 39, 61, 58. That's the Joe Burrow we
There
know
he is.
in fantasy. The weeks before that, not so much. So did you buy low and possibly get a Joe Burrow in week 3 or 4? If you did, let us know. That'd be awesome.
That'd be really nice to know.
But Cam was smart and held on to Joe Burrow.
I started him from the beginning, and then I had Geno as my backup. So I kept like, oh, he did crap last week, so I put Geno in, and then
And
then he
Geno
would
Smith
rock
got
it.
2 points this week
Right.
in an average fantasy football league, which I had to start him in one league too, which although I didn't. So I almost said something. I almost said something because stupid's a mean word and I shouldn't say it. I was dumb.
You big dummy.
Okay. I talk about fantasy football every day. Every day. I live it. I breathe it. I eat it.
Oh, weird.
Fantasy football's in my blood. But when company comes into town, fantasy football finds its way to go from one ear out the other. And Sunday morning rolls around. Maybe I stayed out a little too late on Saturday night. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I woke up at 11:30. Okay. I missed every bit of the Miami Kansas City game in Germany. I watched the last 2 minutes on my phone when I woke up. I checked my team because my fiance says, no, I want to FaceTime you now because we hardly talked the day before because company was in town. So I didn't check my team until after 12. It was like 12:15, 12:30. And I look down and I see, man, I got a lot of guys starting at noon. Man, I got a lot of guys in this on this team that have bias this week that are in the starting lineups. Man, I picked up Derek Carr on the waivers on Wednesday. Didn't replace him for Geno Smith against the Ravens, who played at noon. Yeah, Geno gets 2. Derek Carr plays the Bears, also plays at noon, gets like 24 points. And you know what? I deserve everything that came to me this week.
It's a tough fantasy week.
Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody's here to feel sorry for me.
I don't.
Oh, thanks, Cam.
You're welcome.
I needed that reassurance. But we did well in we're doing well in the ESPN league. We did not do well this week. As you said, we lost to Gorman. Did you win, Cam?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I did because
Hold up. Cam won by 2 points.
I did.
Heck yeah!
Okay,
all
all right.
right.
Cam winning is the reason we're in first.
Heck yeah, Cam. You beat Jacob?
Yeah, he beat Jacob.
Padilla? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Tortilla?
Tortilla. Yes. No. Gorman had all of his players playing. So I was actually watching the game last night, the Chargers game. With 2 minutes left.
Hey, I'm not looking for excuses either, man.
I'm saying with 2 minutes left, we were up by 3. I went and played a game of Fortnite after we lost by 3.
So did you win on Fortnite or did you lose?
Got second.
Yep. See,
Yeah.
just like in fantasy, second place.
Mhm.
It's because Brandon talked to the fantasy gods. They mated with the Fortnite gods and said, nope, Brandon's going to be the second kid out of this. And yep, there it goes.
There you go.
Second place in fantasy this week. So really, Brandon, I hope you get a flat tire on the way home.
Let's
There we
not
go.
do that.
There we go
It's not-
again.
Oh, not this again, please.
Pothole for him.
And you get a pothole. And you get a pothole.
No, thank you. But I haven't. So we need to get a backup running back because our running backs have been terrible. 'Cause
Brittle.
yeah, pretty bad. So I mean, hopefully, Devon Achane comes back soon.
Oh man,
They're on a bye.
I'm looking at other fantasy leagues right now. Side note, and I just noticed a ton of really good teams are on buys this week.
Yeah, the Eagles are on a bye.
The Dolphins are on a bye.
Who else?
Chiefs.
Anyway.
Chiefs on a bye. I picked. I did my first like trading
Did you?
in fantasy this past week. I picked up Sky Moore, which I know not the best, but you know someday he'll be good.
I don't know.
He'll hold on to that ball. You know, I got Zeke,
Okay.
and then I got the Patriots D just because San Francisco's D was on a bye. So I kind of played with it a little bit to see what I could get out of there. I think there was somebody else I grabbed too, but they didn't do much of anything for me. But
See, this is the point in time where you have to get a little bit cute with backups and things like that. So I'm curious to know what questions you're going to ask me about certain guys on the waiver.
Tyler Algier or Antonio Gibson?
Man, you know, I'll lean Tyler Algier. Reason for that is I still think he's getting the production that we got out of him last year, just not as much. So Tyler Algier last year, he really blew up, and then they drafted Bijan, and everyone was like, wait a second here. Like, I just kept my or he was one of my keepers. I kept Algier for no reason, huh? And so, you know, I think about this and I look at it one of two ways. One, Antonio Gibson was on the trade block for Washington. They were checked out on him. They want to lean Brian Robinson. So that's main point number one. Number two, I don't think the Falcons have bought all or have gone all in on Bijan Robinson just yet.
Which is so annoying.
It is annoying. It's weird, but he also hasn't ran the football very well.
Yeah.
Like, Bijan is a freak, and no one's taking that from him. But Algier seems like a better runner right now. You look at Algier's numbers, and look, he may not make history based on what he's putting up. But for a guy that is a backup running back and he's seeing 12 touches a game right now, 12 touches, and you're going to look at him or at least look to utilize him a little bit more in the passing game. He had 3 catches in a lineup like this. And I know I'm in my high point scoring league. I'm going to have to switch leagues just to get like a better idea of what numbers Tyler Algier is putting up. But I would like you to pull up Bijan Robinson's numbers for me.
Just like overall stats.
Yep. Just pull up his numbers. Go to his last few games. We'll go last 3 games. While you do that, Tyler Algier, 11 points last week. He had a touchdown. He got in the end zone, but he did run the ball 12 times, and it was a rushing touchdown. Week before that, he went 8 for 31. Okay, not great, but he was still averaging roughly 4 yards a carry. Week before that, when Bijan did not play, if I'm correct, because I think he had a headache.
Yes.
We're just going to say he was hungover. Let's just call it what it was. 21 for 59. He had 3 catches for 53 yards. Like, Algier can be productive, and he can stay more productive than Antonio Gibson. That's why I lean that. Read me Bijan's numbers.
So Against the Vikings, he had 11 carries for 51 yards, 2 receptions for 8 yards, had a fumble. Against Tennessee, he had 11 carries for 62 yards, 5 targets, 0 receptions. Then he was hungover. And then when he played the Commanders, 13 for 37.
So he hasn't been running the ball well, right?
No.
And I think people can admit that. Now, what Antonio Gibson does offer a little bit more than what Algier offers is the ability to catch more balls. He's somebody that will probably get you 5 catches. If you're in a PPR league, that's a little more enticing than the 2 to 3 that you'll probably get out of Algier. But what Algier offers is touchdowns more times than not.
Yeah.
Now he is, yes, touchdown dependent. Tell me how many touchdowns Antonio Gibson has on the year. No, I got it. Just take a guess.
2.
Cam, take a guess. How many touchdowns does Antonio Gibson have on the year?
0.
He has 1.
Well,
and it's a
split the
receiving
difference.
touchdown. If you look at him and you see potential in the PPR side of things, then, maybe. Because 5 for 42, 5 for 28, if I'm getting 5 catches, I'm good with that, right, as a slot-in guy. But I think Algier has a little more leverage at this point. Long answer for Tyler Algier.
I need to look at Taysom Hill. Oh,
Taysom Hill's a lock. Slot him in. Why you give me an
because I'm playing him.
Oh, well,
Okay, we're going to have to get someone.
Oh, you're being quiet? Does he have a better waiver than we do?
Well, yeah.
Well, who's to say that somebody else in our league doesn't listen to our show too?
That's very true.
Who cares if Cam knows what we're doing?
Yeah, what do I know?
I don't know.
He's going to drop somebody that we want anyway.
I
No,
hope so.
Taysom Hill is somebody you have to pick up immediately. And I think last week I hold off last week, or did I
2 weeks
say
ago.
2 weeks ago I said hold off? Last week did I say pick him up?
I didn't think we didn't talk about waivers last week because we were doing the midseason stuff. But you said that if he had another game where he boomed, pick him up, and he's had 2 more games since that. So you were
so I was after he had 12 points. It was week 6 against Houston. You asked me if I should pick him up. I said no. I said after he booms again. He had 16 the next week. So I would have expected 2 weeks ago for people to pick him up. Taysom Hill is a must-add if he's available.
Yeah, he's available in 60% of leagues.
That's insane. But here's why. Because you look at what the Saints do and you're like, how does that fit anything that Taysom Hill does? Because he's so dependent on a touchdown. But notice how much he's been used from like the tight end position. Derek Carr is relying on him. What did Derek Carr do in Oakland? And I say Oakland because it was before Las Vegas.
Relied on his tight ends.
He relied on his tight end, Darren Waller. That's why Darren Waller was really good. So it makes a lot of sense that Taysom Hill will have success. If you don't have him, you make room for him on your team.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see who we need to add because our team is in shambles. I'm going to be honest with you.
This is an our team show is what Brandon is saying.
Pretty much because we've had to use Darrell Henderson. Deontay Foreman, I can't lie, we got lucky with. That was a lucky day we got with him. Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt can play.
Hopefully better. We drafted Miles Sanders. That was our flop of the season.
Yeah, but we got Miles Sanders late, so that's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Hopefully James Conner comes back this week. That's I mean,
I'm listening.
Knock on wood. Our quarterbacks are fine.
Are they?
We have Dak Prescott and Brock Purdy. At least it's not a rookie.
Head coach Kevin O'Connell. Vikings still determining whether to designate JJ for return from IR this week. Still deciding. You know that's good news.
I'd give him one more week.
That would make sense.
Give him one more week. Just know that he's healthy. I'm not going to lie, did not think Josh Dobbs was going to be that guy. I'd like to apologize to Josh Dobbs.
Listen, though. Josh Dobbs comes in and low-key lit the world on fire.
He didn't even know the playbook.
He's a smart guy, though. I mean, what's he, an astronaut? He's some type of smart and ass kid.
Kevin O'Connell calls him the pastronaut.
Yeah, so that would make sense.
So,
Josh Dobbs, I think, is somebody to pick up if you need a quarterback replacement quick. Like, I have Geno Smith starting in one league. Justin Fields is still hurt. I don't think Fields is coming back this week yet, even though he was limited in practice on Monday. I think they'll lean Bagent because they're playing Carolina, and you can beat Carolina with Tyson Bagent. I would look to pick up Josh Dobbs this week. I really would, because the Vikings offense is just so like not enticing's not the right word, but they are so I can't think of the word. It's not coming to my head. They're attention grabbing. I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
They're attention grabbing, and you have options. You have weapons that Josh Dobbs can be successful just because he has those guys.
Yeah. It sucked that Cam Akers got injured because he was going to – I think I was going to buy high on him. I thought he was going to get really involved in that pass game, but then that's obviously out the window now. So, do you watch the Texans game at all?
I did.
That was a football game for sure.
That was a high-scoring football game. I couldn't believe C.J. Stroud pulled off the comeback. And frankly, is it Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank, whatever his name is? I know one of them is Blank. Is Blank the owner? I think so. I think it's Arthur Smith, who's their head coach. Needs to get fired.
Yeah. Isn't Arthur Smith the coach for the
Falcons?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to go. He has not been smart the last few weeks, and we saw that. We saw that take place this week as well. But you're referring to the Bucks-Texans game?
Yes.
Sorry, I was still on the Bijan, Algier, the blanks, because the Falcons also blew it this week.
Yeah.
They absolutely blew it. So when we're talking teams and coaches, had to get rid of him first. But no, Houston's doing a really good job. And I love what, and I can see his face, his name slipping my mind. New coach for the Texans. Oh, goodness. DeMeco Ryans. Dude, you know what's so funny? Every time I'm like, I can't figure out that guy's name. And then I see him on TV. I'm like, oh, look, there's DeMeco Ryans. But I can never think of it when I need to. I think he's done a great job turning around that Houston team from what it was last year to this year. And I think CJ Stroud's going to pan out to be the quarterback that receives the Rookie of the Year vote.
Yeah, I think he will too.
I think it was Anthony Richardson way early on. If he would have stayed healthy, Anthony Richardson would have won the award. But what C.J. Stroud has been able to do in Houston, the numbers that he put up last week, which were career highs for anybody.
Yeah.
Just career moments, too. I mean, you're talking about a guy that won that game in under the 2-minute warning. That's a career moment. That's a defining moment. C.J. Stroud is going to be the real deal in the NFL.
I think even when I'm interested in the craziest thing, their backup running back kicked a 30-yard field goal.
Oh, Dari Agumbawale.
Yeah.
Dari Agumbawale. I think it's Dari. Do you know where Agumbawale went to college?
D1 or D2?
D1. Played in the Big Ten.
Purdue?
No.
Illinois?
No.
Michigan State?
No. We could be here for days.
It's not Nebraska or Iowa.
Not Nebraska or Iowa. Nope.
Michigan?
No.
Am I...
Rutgers?
No.
Damn it.
That kid was going to come in and dunk on me.
Penn State?
No.
That's most of them. What else? What are we missing? Maryland?
No.
Is this the realignment of the Big Ten?
No.
Illinois. I'm just watching. Oh, remember that commercial that they play during Big Ten games?
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
Like,
You see all you see the towns pop up with the stadiums. Yeah.
Make it eastward. I'm like, what the hell are we missing? There's one. There's the one we're missing that I think we named all of them except for that one. You said Michigan. Yeah.
It's not Michigan. Michigan State.
What have you just told us?
Minnesota.
No.
Oh, Minnesota. That's a good one. We didn't say that.
Who is
Northwestern?
No.
I thought that was gonna be it.
What's the one team we missed?
I'm not telling you.
All right, fine.
You guys are figuring this out. He just typed in Daria Gumbawale. I know it.
No, I typed in Big Ten teams.
Mm,
I didn't. I'm going down the line.
let's go.
Ohio State,
No.
Indiana.
No.
What are you talking about? It's not Penn State.
No.
Northwestern,
No.
Big Ten.
They play in the Big Ten.
We've said all the teams.
No.
It's not Iowa.
No.
It's not Nebraska.
You're right. It's not.
I have to Google it now too.
Yeah, I do.
Just Big Ten teams.
Northwestern.
No. You said
Indiana.
Northwestern 17 times. It's still wrong.
Purdue, Rutgers,
No.
Not Indiana.
Maryland.
No.
We named them all.
No.
We named them all.
You named all of them but one.
Wisconsin.
Congratulations. I'm 100.
One left.
Nice work, guys. Nice work.
Jesus.
That was bad.
That was a damn shame.
Yeah, that's 3 minutes of my life. We'll never get back. Sorry for listening.
But you know what? You'll never forget that Daria Gumbawale went to Wisconsin now.
I will never forget.
Yes, he did kick a field goal. Yes, Brandon. We can go back to the show now. Unbelievable.
Let's go to the picks.
He's like, let's fast forward.
Let's get the hell out of that.
All right. So last week, we all had the Chiefs. Chiefs won. But Cam overall won the week. He went 3-1 with the coin flip.
Look
picks.
out.
All right.
Luck of the coin
You
flip.
should just go with Siri all the time.
Right. I actually have a coin this time. I'm going to do it that way. Real life.
So the standings are I'm still 15. I'm 15-8. Not Cam is 9-14. Andrew's 11-12. He's creeping up.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5 games this week.
5 games. Let's go.
Picking
Wow.
5 games. I was gonna do all games, but I was like, that's a little overkill. We'll
yeah,
see what
because you know
happens.
we'd take over.
Probably.
I'm going to make heads the home team for when I flip.
Okay,
Okay.
That's how it'll be.
let's go.
49ers, Jags.
49ers.
Jags.
You can hear the coin.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sound effects.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
I want to go with the 49ers, but the coin flip has not been bad to me in the past.
You're right.
so-
Saints, Vikings. I'm going with the Vikings.
I will take the New Orleans Saints.
Vikings, damn it.
New Orleans.
Titans, Buccaneers.
Titans and Bucks.
Say Bucks are home.
Yeah, just like we
Since
talked about,
they're-
had a blunder last week.
Yeah.
Titans came close on Thursday Night Football. I will take the Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah, and George Washington says the Bucks. Too.
I didn't know he was still alive.
He's just right there looking at me.
The game that should have been flexed out, and I'm sick of watching the Jets on primetime. Jets, Raiders.
I will take Raiders.
I got the Jets. God, what a bunch of crap.
Give me some Aiden O'Connell action. He went to what Big Ten school?
Aiden
wanna do this
O'Connell,
again?
Michigan.
God, here we go.
Nope.
Michigan State.
Nope.
Wisconsin.
Rutgers.
Nope.
Nebraska.
Nope.
Rutgers.
Nope.
Northwestern.
Nope.
Penn
Put me
State.
out of my suffering.
Who was the guy again? What's the name?
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell.
Where'd he go? He just graduated last year. They went to the Big Ten title game, lost to Michigan. Head coach Jeff Brom got a new job at Louisville. It starts with a P and ends in Purdue.
Purdue.
Oh, nice work. Good find. Don't know where you found that one. Like a rabbit out of a hat.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. There he goes.
Panthers, Bears.
Oh, daddy.
I put my coin away already.
Who am I choosing?
The Bears.
Bears.
Let's go.
Let's see if the coin agrees with me.
The Bears.
You say Bears home?
Yeah, they
I
are.
got the Bears finally. Good
Yeah,
God.
buddy.
I'm
Good
going with the
God.
Panthers.
You are not going with the Panthers because they aren't duh. It's only the Bears.
Well, I think the Panthers are going to win the game.
Okay, Purdue.
Is that the- Can I put my coin away?
Yes, you can put your coat away.
Okay, Jesus.
Heck yeah. Okay, a lot of good games on this slate. A lot of good fantasy action as well. If you're working through the buys, to just give some quarterbacks available in leagues. You can find Derek Carr in most leagues. Facing off Minnesota. Minnesota, not the best defense. Derek Carr can pick. That'll be a good play after the week he put up last week. I still think Josh Dobbs is a very good play this week. I would not hold out and choose them. Those would be my top 2 quarterback plays. Brandon asked me about Algier already. I would choose him over Antonio Gibson. There's guys up and down the list, but there really isn't anybody that's like, oh, wow, he's somebody that I'm going to burn my waiver on if it means I can get some production out of them this week. So hopefully bench depth comes in handy here if you have running back troubles, because it's not all leagues don't have Tyler Algier available.
No.
But if you are in a league with a short bench, which I think one of my league, I think it's a family league that I'm in, where if I'm right, I think my bench is 5 deep. I'm gonna go scroll to it real fast just to
my ESPN
just
league
to see.
with my dad is 3 deep. You only get 3 guys on the bench.
That's pretty crazy. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yes, my bench is 5 deep in this league. So in leagues like that, you can probably find some better options if you are really hurting. Like CJ Stroud is available in this league. It's kind of crazy, but he's available in this league. I will burn my waiver to get CJ Stroud because I've been having quarterback troubles all year, even though I found a way to pick up Trevor Lawrence, who was dropped by somebody. Not smart, but you know what? That's okay.
And CJ Stroud was available last week in our league too.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy too.
Though, but yeah,
that's pretty nuts as well. So yeah, there's a lot of people that are available. If you look at the wide receivers and you're really in need after Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, you can find viable options to step up and make a splash for your team, whether it's this week or just all together. Elijah Moore is a good pick, 47% owned in most leagues. He hasn't really balled out since week 7, but he makes the most of the balls that are thrown his way. So he's somebody to keep an eye on. I still am curious about Jameson Williams. Is that anybody else curious about him?
Yeah, I don't.
Like, he's a big play guy, but he hasn't really had like a chance to like be a guy in that room. I'd be curious to know if he can explode a little bit against the Chargers. I'd be curious. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Quentin Johnston now that Josh Palmer is still dealing with that knee injury. Even though he only had 2 catches for 14 yards, they seem to start using him more in the offense. Those are at least 3 wide receivers that I like at the moment. And if you're looking for one more rookie that could make a splash, Jaden Reed in Green Bay. Yes. Keep an eye on him. Those would be my top plays there. If you are in need of a tight end, Taysom Hill, go grab him now if he is still available in your league. If not, you have guys like Gerald Everett. You could throw a flyer on Cole Kmet after the week he had last week with Tyson Bagent, and the week before. I mean, frankly, he caught 10 balls for 79 yards 2 weeks ago, and he had 6 for 55 and 2 scores last week. So those are 2 that I like as well. And then stream your defense, find a good matchup, stream them there. And if you have a kicker on a bye, drop your kicker and pick up a kicker. Do not save your kicker. Okay. That is like my biggest note. Don't save your kicker, drop your kicker, because no one is picking up your kicker on his bye week. Nobody.
And if they do,
and if you so badly want that kicker back, burn your waiver the following week. But drop your kicker, pick up somebody new. I wouldn't burn my waiver on a kicker ever, but if you feel so inclined to do so, do it the following week. Same thing with defenses. Stream your defense. Drop your defense. Pick up a new defense. That's that.
And with that, we are ending the show. Yep.